Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Mia Grant, and I'm very grateful to be here with you at this moment. I will introduce myself a little bit more, but first, I just wanted to acknowledge you for being here and taking that time, important time at this moment. This is the time where the unknown shows up, and it can be very scary. And why I'm saying that is actually yesterday, Raquel, and I want to thank her for putting all of this together. She called me and she said, I was in the hospital. I said, I answered the phone. I was in the middle of the patients with all plastics and everything around me, but I was in a safe space, in a clean place, so I could pick up the phone. And she said, hey Mia, would it be possible for you to put a video together tomorrow? And I said, yeah, I'm off, and yeah, I could do that. I said, oh, that would be fantastic, but what would it be about? I said, without thinking about it, I just said, oh my God, we gotta address the stress. Here in the hospital, thousands and thousands of staff members are in completely stress. Communities in the stress. Everybody's in stress. So there is a way of showing up during the stress and understanding a little bit more about it, what it is. So we have some time during the day where we can show up with a little bit more of peace, feeling that little bit of love and light, and also share that with the people around us. So that would absolutely be a perfect time, I said. And I did share some of that practice with my staff members yesterday as well, and as my patients. So a little bit about me. So my name is Mia. I'm sure you hear my accent. Some people say, was that a French Canadian or South American or Swedish? Well, it's Swedish. So now you don't have to think about that. But anyway, I really want to just speak to you a little bit about how we can show up every day in a place where it's a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more harmony. And each day we'll learn a little bit more and more and more about that. And this is a time where the community comes together. But we cannot come together in big groups and spread it out to the world even if we don't feel that inside us. So what are we spreading otherwise, right? We're spreading something that is in a way negative. So we want to learn and understand what it is. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of, I'm going to do a little bit of talking. I try to not do too much so that you get to experience that nice emotion, feeling, or whatever you experience. We are going to do some creativity as well, because the thing is with stress is everyone has its own stress and what it is, and I will go through that with everyone. But what's very, very important is to know that in a way you have to learn what your stress is or what you can do with that. So we cannot know, nobody's going to write it for us or tell us what it is. It's actually coming from in here. But if we are not relaxed, we cannot know what it is. So just start to sit in a comfortable way, and perhaps in a chair or on the sofa or on the floor. Perhaps some of you are already practicing quite a lot of mindfulness practice, so you You can sit the way you want, and want to just pay attention to the spine and the back, to have that as a nice straight spine, because that's an easier way for the energy to flow in your body. Just start to close your eyes a little bit, slightly, and just notice the space around you, just an inch around you. What it is, how it feels. And then just notice the sound, perhaps outside you, and perhaps somebody's in the kitchen making some dinner or snacks. That's okay. Maybe cars. I have cars outside here. And then just continue getting closer and closer into the seat that you're sitting. You're feeling the ground, perhaps with your feet, or you can just imagine that you are very grounded at this moment to the Mother Earth. And start to inhale through your nose all the way down to your lowest part of your lungs. Your belly is rising as you're inhaling, and as you're exhaling, you kind of push your navel into your spine, so you're letting all the air release. Now just start to notice that your space that you're creating just around you, where you sit, where the feet are, there's beautiful light, there's beautiful energy, space, air. Just to let it flow around you without any judgment. And as you deep breathing, your breath is now passing your heart center all the way down to the belly. And then it's coming back up again through all the way down from your belly, passes the heart center, and then you're exhaling. And then back again, inhaling through the nose into your heart center, and let it flow down to your belly, lowest part of your lungs. And now as you're exhaling, you also notice that it's passing the heart center. And as it do that, there's a little bit more love thought and love words coming. Because when we are allowing the breath to pass the heart, it has the chance to give some words, some thoughts of love as well. So just notice that. So now when you have cleared and knowing your space, kind of anchored into your own space, safe space that you are, you can now slowly and slightly just open your eyes. And you can put your hands on your lap, or if you would like to put into Gya Mudra, whatever you like. So the Gya Mudra is your thumb and your pointer finger. Once you put those together and press slightly, it is the wisdom and the ego or the I. They're coming together. And when they come together, we're allowing the wisdom inside us as well. So now you have noticed that by just the breath that you are creative, more perhaps relaxed. And when we are relaxed, we can just be in this moment. And this moment is actually a beautiful place where you have created. And you know that when we go forward, the thoughts goes forward. We often create anxiety, and then we go backwards in the past. That develops depression. So coming back into the present moment through the breath, center yourself there. You will notice that you are okay now. You are breathing. So I wanted just to speak a little bit before we start having some little bit of fun as well. That the stress is in the science, because I really like to put in a little bit of science in this as well. The stress is it's either an emotion, right, or a physical sensation. So then that become a reaction of whatever you are either emotion or the feeling of the body as a pain. And when that happens, the stress is happening, right? Your body is fighting. And I'm sure you have heard about fight and flight, which we call it. The fight and flight is the sympathetic system. The sympathetic system is releasing a lot of adrenaline. And the adrenaline is fantastic, especially when the lion or somebody comes to either you fight the lion or you run away, right? So these are our defensive mechanism. We need it. We absolutely need it. We need it in certain time during the day. You know, we need to get going in action. We cannot just lay down and relax. But we also want to know and understand about the parasympathetic system, which we call rest and digest. And when that is happening is more or less that we really heal, we restore, we become creative. Everything in the body that we usually don't have in these 12 hours, 16, 18 hours of a day, it's not there because it is the part where we have not noticed. So imagine a baby, and I am a nurse, a registered nurse. I work as a neonatal ICU nurse and also a postpartum mother-baby and recovery baby nurse. I'm a lactation consultant and life coach, and also yoga teacher, and all of these practices. So all of this came to a good practice, right? So we know that we need whatever you have done in life, it's not a waste. So it's all the things comes together. So I notice when the baby are born, they're taking, of course, the first inhalation, the breath, right? And they're breathing so beautifully. They're breathing, most of the baby that don't have any complications, they breathe with the belly, in and out, in, big belly and out, and beautiful. It's quite rapid. But they take the first inhalation when they're born. The last exhalation, we don't know when. And in between the years, we don't pay much attention. But the breath is unbelievable. The breath is making you either go into that, I told you, that parasympathetic parasympathetic system or the sympathetic system, which is either fight and flight or rest and digest. So once you have just taken long, deep breaths, so you continue now with just long, deep breath as I'm talking. Once you connect with that long, deep breath, you are going into rest and digest. You're going into start the hypothalamus saying, oh, now we can get to work. Now I can secrete hormones. Now when we are resting, I could not do that before because I was ready for the adrenaline, right? So just the breath. And the breath, what we're saying is a normal adult would have about anything from 12 to 16, 18 breath a minute. Somebody that is more unhealthy would have more from 20 to up to 22, 24, etc. And that would start to become unhealthy because that would be fight and flight the whole time. A lot of yogic people, or the ones that have practiced breath work, they sometimes breathe anything from 6 to 10, maybe 12 breaths per minute. And as we are practicing for a few minutes or even up to 10 minutes, half an hour, we can do a breath from 1 to 4 breaths a minute. And we are definitely going into that place of, like I said, parasympathetic system when we're just taking the breath. So imagine all the nurses, all the doctors, everybody's staff helping in the hospital. They're running around, stressful, thinking thoughts, right? You are home, you are stuck in your home, or however you want to express that wording. You feel that you are not doing the things that you're supposed to do. So you are now breathing faster. Your thoughts are coming in and out, and you can't really focus because it's too much stuff and you have no control of the unknown. We are breathing faster. And when we are breathing faster, we are not in a state of recovery, of a state of helping your body to restore. You're doing the opposite. So even if you're home and having all these thoughts and thinking, you might be uncertain about how you are breathing, right? You're not really knowing how you are breathing. But when you start to notice, and the more you're practicing deep, long breaths, the more you will be able to relax. So again, I just wanted to mention about the stress and the breath, how important, and the evidence base of that. So let's just start to practice. Some of you perhaps can take, that have practiced breath work before, maybe 3 breaths per minute, or some of you, let's do 5 to 6. So we can do either count of 3 or 4 or 2 or 4 or 3, depending on yours. So you want to do is you inhale. Let me do for 4, right? So you inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. And hold for 4. And inhale for 4. And hold for 4. And exhale for 4. And hold for 4. Perfect. So everybody's in different practice. So I am allowing you to just try things out. Don't go too long if you have not practiced this before, and you know who you are if you have practiced this and can count up to 10, which is um, uh, very few. But don't try that the first time because you might fall down. And so just start easy, you know, maybe 2 or 3 breath inhales, and hold perhaps for 3, and exhale for 3, and hold for 3. So as you're doing it, I am going to guide you through it. So just start, just sit again, reposition yourself with a nice long spine, shoulders rolled back, and just allow your space again, be safe space around you. Even if there's noises and cars going back and forth, let them just go without attaching and holding on to them. They are just there, you notice, and then come back to the breath. So just start your inhale, depending how many breaths you're doing, and then you can hold, and when you feel ready, you exhale. And then you inhale again, of course, and the rhythm is inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and inhale, and continue. Now start to notice the breath as a flow of light. This light is connected to every single 40 trillion cells that is in your body. Every cell is so joyful and happy that you are taking care of yourself, almost saying, yeah, finally, we have some peace. We can get together. Perhaps as you're inhaling or holding the breath or exhaling, you notice the cells becoming alive, and you're starting to listen to them as well. You're doing beautiful by just following the breath and the exhalation. Fantastic. It's all what we need at this point. Just start to notice when you're inhaling, perhaps there's a body part or a place where you need to nurture a little tiny bit more. So you inhale and hold the breath in that place. And if you need, you can exhale out, or just exhale and then inhale a little bit more to nurture that place. If it is pain, or if it is just discomfort, or if it's something to listen to, perhaps just something to hold and care for. There is no judgment. Now this breath is taking you to the place where you are totally secreting good things for yourself. And you did that without anything, by just your breath. And you choose. You choose this by allowing the consciousness that is already there. And just put your hand into your heart center, perhaps the left hand into the center of your chest, and then the right hand over it. Just to acknowledge yourself for being here. And allowing the light to enter you. Beautiful. Just take a long inhalation and just hold the breath for a few seconds. And then exhale. Inhale again. Hold the breath. And then exhale. And shake your hands a little bit. Shake your hands. Shake the hands up top here, over your head. Get that little energy going. Remember all the 40 trillion cells that you have. Do it quite vigorously so you're really feeling the space around the hands whilst you're doing it. And then start rubbing your hands really, really, really hard. Friction. Get a nice friction. And just inhale. And a few inches in between the hand. And just slightly close your eyes and just sense that energy space that you have just created. Perhaps you can make a more space in between the hand and you're feeling more and more and more vibration that you are. And then even further and further away. And then you can play with it. You can go further. Come back into it and just feel it. That you are part of everything. So the space around you that you create, it's very safe for you as long as you come into that space. The outside space is a space that is the unknown. It can be challenges. And then just put the hands into your heart center again. Give it a little bit of warmth. And acknowledge yourself for this practice. So, how you feeling? So, all of these practices you can do by yourself, with your family, by just taking a long, deep breath and take a moment, right? I would love to have a little bit of short practice, and you can pause the video if you like and get a paper and some either color pens or, so I have my my little art book here and some pastel colors or pens. So you can either pause this video and then go and get it, or if you have already prepared it, they're fantastic. So again, I would like to guide you through a short meditation which is a really beautiful meditation that I call the Lighthouse. The lighthouse is a great metaphor for really who we are. And I often say, that we need to be the light, right? To be standing on the light. But it's hard, especially when the challenging moments come. So I love the way I love to share this practice with you. If you have now gathered your supplies, we can start. So once again, you sit or you lay, or you're probably better off to sit with a straight spine again, and just take a moment to roll your shoulder back and allow your feet or your legs to be totally relaxed into the ground, to Mother Earth. She supports us. I would say she's not mad. She's very caring and loving. She hears and sees that we need to rest, that we need to ground ourselves. We have been running and doing a lot of things for a long time. So just allow yourself to be grateful and thankful that we have a space to be sitting in. Then go a little further up where you're sitting, the safe place that you have created before with the light that comes in. And let that also ground yourself into your home, the space where family is around, perhaps laughter and joy. And also the place around you, navel point, where there's good power and good energy, sometimes fire. But the fire and energy can come from a graceful place as we allow it to enter up to the heart center. And as we speak and as we talk, it's easier as it passes the heart center to speak from love, to speak from joy, right? So we can see this, and we allowing this, our intuitive place that we have in here, to come forward. So people are in different situations now. They are very much worried about a lot of things. And when we are worried or stressed, we cannot figure out, or we cannot know what to do because it's too many things. But as soon as we get a little bit more relaxed, it is so much easier to start to listen to our true essence, to our true being, who we truly are. So now when you are sitting, so now you could just close your eyes, and I will take you to a guided meditation where you are the lighthouse. You are out in the ocean, standing beautiful and tall as a lighthouse. 360, the light is around, goes around and round and round. The whole world sees it. The light is always there. The water is beautiful and still. And it's nice temperature, exactly to be able to feel the soothing flow of the water. Clear water, beautiful. And as you are shining bright as a lighthouse, you're standing there, strong from your chest, showing the light to the world. You know who you are, because that's all what you need to do at this point. Just be the lighthouse. So the dark evening is coming, and the night really makes it mysterious. We don't know what's coming, but the lighthouse is always there. Beautiful, spinning 360 at all ends. We see it. The wind starts picking up and starting to rain. Water is strong, coming towards the lighthouse. The boats are all seeing the lighthouse. They cannot crash into it because you are standing and showing the light in the dark. As you show your light, there is no boats that can hit you. So being the light out in the dark is what you can do during the day when there is a challenge. Tune into the center of your heart and become the lighthouse and just shine light. Be focused on that light, and you know exactly what to do in each moment. Is it to help a patient? Is it to help a family member? Is it to do something in the kitchen, or to go to help an elderly? Whatever that is, you are focused just by the light. That's what you are, just a light. Just now imagine this light that you were already meant to be the light from the beginning. Things changed as you grew up, but you are still the light. Nothing has changed. But each one of us has a special light, has a special glow. And that glow can be very, very, very helpful for someone, and especially for yourself. But for someone, and that when we show the light and be the light, we can help a whole community and a whole world. So there is no one that needs to crash into you. You are only standing or walking into the places, perhaps where there is challenges, or where there is a place that you are afraid of. But being the light in that place, at least you know what that is, how it feels at this moment. So just take a moment to feel how this light looks like. What is it in the body that makes the light shine so bright? Perhaps there is a word or few words. Perhaps it's colors, shape, forms. Now take a crayon or a pen. Without hesitation, just pick one color without thinking about it. Just without thinking, just pick one color. Does not matter what it is. Just start to draw. No hesitation. There's no wrong or right. Allow yourself, without even thinking, what it is that's coming. Just start to pick up a few things, a few colors, and just go. Your creation is your unique light. There is no wrong and there is no right. Everything is in perfect order. This is without control, and we must learn how to deal and be without control. Take a few more moments. And after we're done here with our video, you can continue as long as you like. And you can share this with your family members. And you can look at it, observe it. This is what came out of mine. And there is, like I said, there's no right or wrong. But in here, I can actually form a face, which I never thought that would be. But somebody is speaking here to me a little bit more. The nose. So yeah, everybody has its own, right? So remember that when we become creative and allowing the light to shine through without control, we can surprise ourselves with so many new things, like a little bit of curiosity as children, right? So we learn also from our children how to be relaxed in that way. They go out and they play and they be, right? That's what you are. But it's very important during this time of stressful time to come back into a safe space. You know now how to create your safe space by just the breath and just surrounding around you. You understand about what it is feeling, the breath, the space, the energy, bring in that light through the breath, right? And come back. When you sit and you're allowing that light to be that light, you can put it on the paper, you can sew, you can create, you can cook dinner as the light. You can do so many things. Right? So I am so grateful for sharing this practice with you, and I hope that we will see maybe each other and perhaps give each other a hug. But today, actually yesterday, one of the patients came up to me and she said, I want to share this with you. And she said, thank you so much for what you did. I really want to hug you, she said. I said, let's hug, but with distance. And we took our hands to the heart and we smiled. A smile comes so long way. When we meet each other and see each other, that's almost a better way of hugging. It's broader and bigger because we're really giving it and making sure we are understood. And when we understand, we are being understood. So thank you again, and stay safe. Hope to see you soon again, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.